Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So Morgan Stanley are out with some new research today and I will cut straight to the chase, guys. They suggest that Tesla Aviation could be a $1.6 trillion opportunity, roughly the same size as Amazon is today. And they're serious. So in this video, we'll look through their research and I'll share my thoughts and opinions along the way. Let's get into it. If you love crypto, stocks, and free stuff, or just want to help out the channel, check out these great offers. BlockFi are launching the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. People in the US can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase with no annual fee using the BlockFi Bitcoin rewards credit card. Check out the link in the description. And for a limited time, you can get up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $300 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $5 or more, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $2,000. Seriously. Free stocks? Yes, please. And finally, if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Let's get back to it. Tesla Aviation. Not if, but when. In our view, the chance that Tesla does not ultimately offer products and services to the eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing, and UAM, urban air mobility market is remote. The potential skills transferability and network adjacencies are too strong to ignore. Why is Tesla not mentioned in the electric aviation narrative? Quite simply, it is because Elon Musk hasn't really talked about it. In fact, he's barely mentioned it. On the rare occasions when Mr. Musk is directly asked about eVTOL, he has been dismissive of the flying car genre in favour of advancing the state of three-dimensional transport via tunnels or in space. So we must acknowledge that Tesla management has, to date, openly discouraged speculation around their involvement in eVTOL UAM. So that's it then. We'll have Teslas on our roads, underground in tunnels, on Mars, but not in Earth's skies. Well, we're not convinced. Just jumping in here, this is a very strong sign of confidence and conviction in Morgan Stanley's research and their thesis around Tesla ultimately getting into this space. You wouldn't open the research report with such strong statements otherwise. What could a slice of the eVTOL UAM total addressable market be worth to Tesla? We have run a range of scenarios, flexing market share and EBITDA margin assumptions based on our global model, a $9 trillion total addressable market by 2050. Yes. 2050. By the way, just jumping in here, shout out to Morgan Stanley actually looking into the distant future. I like to see this in research. Discounted back to the present on a per share basis, we're coming up with potential preliminary outcomes on the order of $100 per Tesla share on the low end to approximately $1,000 per Tesla share or more on the high end. We note that our current $900 price target does not include any valuation for Tesla's participation in the aviation market. And just quickly, for those of you who aren't aware of Morgan Stanley's current Tesla stock price targets, the bull case, $1,272 per share, 8 million vehicles delivered per year by 2030 with piddly 20% EBITDA margins. I hate to rain on your parade, guys, but Tesla's going to steadily march towards 40% margins and they're aiming for 20 million vehicles per year at the end of this decade. So even in Morgan Stanley's bull case, they're dramatically underestimating what Tesla themselves are aiming for. Their base case is $900 per share for Tesla stock, assuming just 5.6 million vehicles per year in 2030, and their bear case, which honestly isn't even worth discussing, $450 per share, assumes a significant demand slowdown and margin contractions, as in Tesla making less and less profit on their vehicles and no demand. Why even have this bear case in there? Just for context, these clowns a few years ago, maybe even less than 2 years ago, had a $10 bear case on Tesla stock. Seriously. So with that out of the way, let's get back to Tesla Aviation. What chops are required for e-aviation? Our $900 price target does not include any valuation of a potential Tesla Aviation business. Our price target and overweight recommendation are underpinned by our views on Tesla being in a position to monetize the value of its installed base of vehicles, mobile real estate / internet of cars, to derive software-enabled recurring revenue streams. And jumping in here, no Sherlock. Obviously, Tesla, a software company at their heart, the ability to provide over-the-air updates, upgrades, infotainment, entertainment, communication, software, blah, 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 blah. When autonomy is solved, you no longer have to pay attention to the road. The software revenue floodgates truly open. And that's not even considering the impact of full self-driving software itself, whether it's a monthly ongoing subscription service model or a one-off payment for the package for lifetime access. Software is going to completely transform Tesla's business. Additionally, we see potential for Tesla to emerge as an important supplier of battery and EV/AV technology to other OEMs. What does Tesla currently do that could be relevant, if not significantly valuable, to the eVTOL UAM opportunity? Electric motor. Tesla has long vertically integrated its electric motor technology and makes well over 1 million electric motors per year annualized rate today. Tesla is known for its highly efficient designs of both permanent magnet and AC induction motors that contribute to industry-leading ranges for its vehicles. Tesla vehicles carry between 1 and 3 motors per unit, and we estimate by 2030, Tesla's electric motor production volume could reach on the order of 10 million units per year. Now I just want to jump in here. If Tesla's on track for their target of 20 plus million vehicles per year, you can well over double this number, keeping in mind that some vehicles have 2 plus motors. So 20 million, 25, maybe even 30 million electric motors per year if Tesla's on track. In either case, even in Morgan Stanley's fairly bearish estimates, Tesla's going to be producing 10 plus million electric motors per year. Skills transferability, high. eVTOL designs have between 6 and 12 electric motors. Energy efficiency, compact design, power to weight, and cost are important attributes for VTOL. So Tesla today already leading the world in terms of power to weight ratios on their electric motors, and this is critically important for eVTOL. Battery. Tesla is one of the largest battery manufacturers in the world and is taking an increasingly vertically integrated approach. Competency includes cell architecture and design, materials, chemistry, supply chain, software, thermal. By the way, thermal management, a highly underrated aspect of battery expertise, battery management systems, and other capabilities. Tesla vehicles demonstrate industry-leading energy density in gravimetric and volumetric terms for high-volume automotive-grade production. Tesla designs and manufactures its own cells, shout out to the 4680, and is pioneering next-generation manufacturing technology to achieve industry-leading output from its gigafactories, with the company targeting several terawatt-hours of battery capacity by 2030. We estimate Tesla battery production to be in the range of 500 gigawatt hours to 1 terawatt hour by 2030. So jumping in here once again, Morgan Stanley assuming that Tesla's nowhere near achieving their goals, but even so, still getting on the order of 1 terawatt hour of production per annum by the end of this decade. Skills transferability, very high. eVTOL designs will require potentially several hundred kilowatt hours of battery capacity in a redundant layout, allowing for substantial safety reserve power. Power to weight optimization is key. Energy density of 500 watt hours per kilogram or more opens up significant short-haul use cases for passengers and freight. Elon Musk stated in 2019 that battery-powered flight would require energy density of at least 400 kilowatt hours per kilogram, a level Tesla expects to achieve well before mid-decade. Manufacturing. Tesla is arguably the most vertically integrated automotive manufacturer in the world. I just want to jump in here. Where's the argument? Please, somebody let me know in the comments below if there's a single other automotive manufacturer on the planet who's more vertically integrated than Tesla. I'd love to know. The company is on track to manufacture over 800,000 light vehicle units this year, and we estimate nearly 6 million by 2030. Just jumping in here once again and pointing out that's less than 1/3 of what Tesla themselves are aiming for. Time will tell who's going to be right on this one. And potentially up to 12 or 15 million by 2040, with manufacturing in every major region of the global auto market. Skills transferability, high. The economic model promised by eVTOL networks requires efficient manufacturing with the highest quality/tolerances at scale. Our industry forecast envisions many hundreds of thousands of aircraft, eventually millions, made annually. And again, I just want to jump in here. Regular viewers of the channel will know how far ahead Tesla are in terms of their manufacturing capabilities. A few years ago, they literally sucked shit. And today they are industry leading and running circles around everyone else in the automotive industry and many outside that as well. They're pioneering new materials, new technologies, new machines, embarrassing everybody, finding new ways to do more with less, and there's no end in sight. They just keep getting better and better and better, applying their huge engineering brains and doing things that are truly remarkable, to the point where people who understand manufacturing and, more to the point, engineering are literally busting nuts when they see what's under the hood. Shout out to Sandy Munro. Autonomy. Tesla is among the most capable players in vehicle autonomy at scale. I just got to jump in here again. Morgan Stanley, can you guys please grow some fucking nuts and stop hedging your bets? They're miles, literally miles out in front of everyone else. They have an unassailable lead. This is unquestionable. Stop being little bitches and hedging your bets. Oh, maybe someone else is... Bro, like, seriously. Please grow some testicles here, okay? It's okay to say Tesla has an unassailable lead. It's okay to say they have a huge advantage. It's okay to say they are the most capable player when it comes to vehicle autonomy at scale, not among the most or one of the most, okay? Please, testicles, grow some. Thank you. Surely these guys are smart enough to figure this one out. I mean, really. 100% of its cars are connected with over-the-air update capability. Tesla has formidable in-house, full-stack resources in compute, silicon design, software, and AI/neural net training. And I just have to jump in here again. Round of applause to Morgan Stanley here for mentioning the fact that Tesla has AI/neural network expertise. This is really important. Regular viewers will have heard me say quite recently, until Wall Street analysts universally are talking about Tesla's AI capabilities, the neural network, and also mentioning how critical this is to the future of the business. After all, Tesla is transforming into an AI company, one of the world's leading. Until you start hearing this from Wall Street analysts universally, Wall Street overall still doesn't understand Tesla, period. Nice to see this mentioned. Skills transferability, very high. Autonomy for aircraft control, navigation, and networking are highly software dependent. Sensor fusion from camera, radar, LiDAR, and other sensors is also critical. Jumping in here again, time will tell as to whether or not this statement is reasonable. Possible, given that its potential cloud cover, that maybe radar could be useful in some circumstances as well, but as we've learned recently from talks with Andre Karpathy, sensor fusion isn't necessarily what it's cracked up to be. Tesla recently removing radar from their hardware stack because sensor fusion with radar and vision was actually giving them poor results. They're actually getting much better, safer data just using pure vision. Things are a little bit different in the air, but I did just want to mention that. Tesla's leadership in autonomous applications positions the company well for a variety of eVTOL missions. Some experts in the field have argued that autonomy for cars is even more challenging than for aircraft. I've got to jump in here again. No shit, Sherlock. I mean, think about that for 3 milliseconds and you'll realize, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, you know what? Being up in the air, yeah, it's probably a little bit more difficult for full autonomy with cars on the ground versus being up in the fucking sky, due to the complexity and unpredictability of the road environment, especially in dense urban areas. Networking infrastructure. Tesla's vehicles are connected with their internally developed OS, and over-the-air updates help to improve performance and safety. Skills transferability. High. The economic model of eVTOL is based on fleet management and services. In the vast majority of use cases, we do not expect consumer-owned eVTOL. Instead, we see it as fractional use case, akin to rideshare. Connected vehicles supported by physical and digital infrastructure, as Tesla does with its fleet, is critical to running a profitable eVTOL fleet. Satellite communications/cyber. Like today's aircraft, eVTOLs will rely on a variety of advanced communications networks for the safe and efficient execution of missions. Skills transferability, very high. We have long noted the many strategic advantages of the Tesla-SpaceX relationship, including knowledge sharing, talent/capability overlap, and increasingly, the business model. The Starlink low Earth orbit satellite constellation may, over time, emerge as an important strategic partner to the Tesla Internet of Cars ecosystem, while Tesla could emerge as a strategic customer to Starlink, enabling its path to scale beyond providing broadband services to homes. Alright, we've just got to take a quick pause here for a moment. So some of you who have been following the Tesla story for a while might have heard occasionally Morgan Stanley gets on an analyst call and asks a question about Starlink, Tesla and a partnership there. Now, in theory this is technically possible, but I just want to explain why it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Each Starlink satellite can only offer service to a certain fixed size of area, the cell size. In rural areas this is amazing. You can have ultra high speed broadband access because the population density is relatively low, therefore you only have a handful of customers per satellite cell, meaning you've got very fast speeds. But given the fact that Tesla over time is going to have tens upon tens of millions of vehicles on roads, then ultimately well over 100 plus million vehicles, the majority of those in densely packed urban areas, we run into a problem. The Starlink cell size versus the number of Tesla vehicles that would theoretically need to be using that cell. The more vehicles connected to the one satellite, the lower the overall data transfer speeds between each of these vehicles, and therefore the slower the internet speed. Now in theory, we can get around this by just launching even more satellites, and it depends on how much data transfer is actually occurring in each vehicle. But this seems to be a limiting factor, and I don't really think this is going to be part of the overall strategy. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. Now it's time to get into the juicy part of this research. What could Tesla Aviation be worth? Our sensitivity analysis suggests a wide range of outcomes, including 10% market share, 30% EBITDA margin, adds $325 per Tesla share. 20% market share and 40% EBITDA margin adds $866 per share of Tesla stock. Remember today, Tesla is not even at $866 per share. So Morgan Stanley here suggesting that with a 20% market share, 40% margins, Tesla Aviation alone could be worth more than the entire Tesla business is today. Let's have a look at this table here. Over on the left here, we've got percentage market share ranging from 2% up to 30%. EBITDA margins are running across the top 20%, 25, all the way up to 50%. An example case here, 35% margin, 14% market share equals $530 per share, approximately $500 billion of market cap. With EBITDA margins of 50% and around a 20% market share, we're looking at over $1 trillion of market cap. And finally, in the more bullish scenario, 50% margin, 30% market share, over $1.6 trillion in market cap on top of what Tesla's already worth today. To give you guys some context, in this bull case, this is worth about as much as the entire Amazon company is today. In other words, this is an absolutely fucking enormous opportunity. The question is, will Tesla Aviation ever actually take off? See what I did there? Oh god, that was bad. I'll be honest with you guys. Initially, the idea of Tesla making aircraft, getting into this type of business, sounds a little bit far-fetched. But what Morgan Stanley are talking about here really is Tesla supplying batteries and electric motors for electric aircraft. And I actually think they may have a point here. Now, this isn't core to Tesla's primary mission, but over the long term, once Tesla has displaced a huge number of internal combustion engine vehicles, they've ramped their facilities, they're making tens of millions of electric motors per year, unfathomable amounts of batteries, multiple terawatt hours per year of battery capacity, the energy density is there for eVTOLs to actually be feasible. I think Tesla Aviation may actually be on the cards. First glance, you might hear up to a $1.6 trillion market opportunity in Tesla Aviation and think, dude, Morgan Stanley, Adam Jonas, what are you guys smoking and can I have some? But the more I think about it, the more reasonable it actually seems. I find myself in the strange situation now where I'm actually thinking this is probably more likely than not. However, with a caveat, there is literally no way that Tesla is going to divert attention from electric vehicles, robo-taxis, solar and home batteries until they reach a point where they have the additional resources to divert. If Tesla is still selling every vehicle they make in 2030, they're still cell constrained, I don't see them getting into the aviation business. But if they've solved their battery cell constraints and their production is able to meet demand, this is a very logical next step. Can't believe I'm saying that. I would love to know what you guys think in the comments below. I know I've heard Sandy Munro talking a lot about eVTOLs. He thinks that's a pretty likely business avenue for Tesla in the future. So what do you guys think? Is Tesla going to get into the aviation business, either supplying batteries and or electric motors, or perhaps even build their own electric aircraft? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card where you can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase. There's a link in the description. You can also earn up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, also linked below. And finally, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake, also linked in the description. These great offers also help out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.